My name is Abhijit Lokre and I am an architect and I'm an environment planner. And basically I have worked on many bus rapid transit projects, which includes Ahmedabad, Surat, Hubli Dharwad, Indore, Amritsar. So you could say I have done a lot of bus work over the last 15 years. Yeah, I mean, if we go to the basics, a city exists because people want to come here and earn their living. It's a place where people work. That's why a city exists. And if you want to go to your place of work, you need to move, you need to travel. That's connectivity. Now imagine if every person in the city used their own vehicle to move. Our streets would not be able to take that kind of a load. Our streets are not designed for that. And we can never design our streets for everyone to use their private vehicle to reach wherever they want. So public transport, that is where public transport comes in. But then public transport itself comes in many forms, in many modes. The bus is the most basic and the most fundamental block of that multiple modes. So in India, we are seeing this explosion in metro systems. And that's all fine. I mean, if you have the money, please build metro systems, not an issue. But the metro is not going to go on every road. It's probably going to connect. If you see most metro systems in India, they are built in the shape of a plus. There is a north-south corridor, there is a east-west corridor. You see most cities are like that, except probably for Delhi and Mumbai, which are different. See, for short trips, Ahmedabad is a short trip city. There was a study by CEPT recently in the newspapers. Yeah, it's a 22-minute city. The average trip length is 6.4. For that kind of trip length, you don't need a metro. A bus will sort it out for you. Now, how do people who are not on that metro corridor move across the city if they don't have their vehicle? And that is where the bus is really important. The bus is flexible. It can go on any road, reasonably, it can go on most roads. It's flexible. If you build infrastructure for the metro, you are stuck with it for 100 years. You can't one day say, oh, the demand has increased there, now let me divert my metro there. You can't. But with the bus, it can actually respond to how the city is evolving. So you have an Applewoods coming up, sure, you can take a bus there. You have a Godrej Garden City coming up, you can have a route there. You can actually be very flexible. That's the beauty of a bus. There were so many learnings actually. Ahmedabad BRTS was a unique experience. We never had something like this in India. I mean, even now people do ask me, why do you have the bus station in the middle of the road? It goes contrary to everything we know about how bus stations should be. They are on the side. So I call it FAQ number 1. And whenever I tell anybody, I was involved in the BRTS, the first question invariably is why it is there. Starting from there, it meant a learning for me also. It's in the center because it can move the fastest in the center. That's where the rapid or rapidity comes in. If you have the bus on the side, you will have a lot of vehicles parking. We have vendors. We have so many activities happening along the edge. So bus lane on the edge does not make sense. One of the biggest learnings in Ahmedabad BRTS, I think not only for me, I think everybody should get this very clearly. Segregating lanes for the bus is beneficial not only for the bus. It's beneficial for every other user on the road. It's beneficial for your car also. You now don't have buses weaving in and out. A lot of times we complain, oh, the bus is slowing us down. Oh, we have taken the bus out. The bus has its own lane. You have your own space. Your speeds will be actually better. But why? More important than that, if you do not segregate and get a BRT lane right now, later will be too late. If I go back and look at the 132 feet ring road in Ahmedabad, where you have a BRT corridor, which is one of the better corridors in Ahmedabad, it would be impossible to do a BRT now. With the amount of traffic and congestion we have, nobody will agree to it. We could do it at that time, and now that has become almost like an investment for the future. Everything else may get stuck. That lane will always move. People will always have a choice. I am stuck in traffic here, but the bus will always move. The corridor has been designed for buses to move, and it has been designed for almost 60 buses per hour. So if we talk about 60 buses per hour, we are talking about 4,000 people moving in one direction in 1 hour. So enormous amount of movement that can happen. So segregating is really, really crucial. But if you can't segregate, you should still have buses with your metro. So now you have a metro. How do I get people on the metro? You know, a lot of news articles talking about where is the pay and park. Why do you want a pay and park? Have a bus to bring you to the metro. Have a common ticket. Get on the metro. Just like Abhijit said, take a cycle to the metro. Get down from the metro or get down from the BRTS and take another cycle. The bus can do the same job. It can actually complement your metro. In fact, most great public transport cities, we talk about Hong Kong, we talk about Singapore, we talk about London, which has the oldest metro system in the world, the buses still carry more people than metro in all these cities. We talk about Delhi with 300 kilometers of metro, DTC still carries more people than the metro. That is what the bus can do.